Pasha Paro, critical solutions expert. Thank you for tuning once again. Let's get to it. Do you have a project going on in your community that seems to be taking 5 to 10 years? Well, the solution might be that you're too emotional. Seriously, emotions get in the way of so much. I know you hear us talk about it on the channel a lot, and normally it's centered around relationships, but think about it. Everything you're doing is a relationship. No difference in business and communication in your business. They're all relationship oriented. And what you know about me is I don't have any emotional attachments. I don't even like emotions. They get in the way of everything. Everything be fucked up because of emotions, right? Especially when they're uncontrolled. Let's take a moment of silence for my resume. Feel free to pause the video later and review that for people who've never seen it before, because I don't have time to care about emotions. I'm used to running $1 million projects, not running my mouth about emotions. Okay? Are you a green belt trying to do things in your community? Then you know how hard it is, because you're dealing with people who have emotional attachments to beliefs, or even a black belt, right? Or anybody that just understands optimization. You try to help people in your life, and they always give you all of this emotional attachment fluff and bullshit. And it's just such a waste of energy, right? Like, you share, it's a group of y'all trying to work on something. If you share the messages you have from the other conversation, the emotional person is waiting to tell you how they don't feel like you should share what you talked about with the other person. Like, you're sharing the information we should all be aware of. What the hell is your problem? Emotional people are waiting for opportunities to express emotion. They miss the fact that it could be $1 billion opportunity, and this emotion that gets in the way. But then we got to take time and pause to deal with the emotion, and they expect to be pacified or some shit like that. Look, I don't want that on my team. I don't have time for that on my teams. If you were in the middle of a tactical situation deployed in an urban environment, you don't have time to stop and pacify. And what you guys don't understand is the Chinese look at business as an extension of martial arts. They look at business as war. So not only are you sitting around here playfully at war with each other, the international community is at war with America while y'all playing in the sandbox. Now, that's cool if that works for y'all, but what we try to do with my team and my unit, we don't have time for play. There's a time and place for everything. Matter of fact, the reason the country, the nation, or whatever you want to call it, is in the state that it's in right now is because people have been playing too much for too long. Okay? So, emotions get in the way. And then because they're emotional, they can't hear the truth because they want to hear their emotion. And if you don't disagree with their emotion, then, oh, here comes the gaslighting. There must be something wrong with you. Look, I ain't got time for it. Okay? So we either going to do it right or we not going to do it at all. Because what you're doing is you're costing the community time. You're causing delays. You're causing confusion. And I'm not supporting that. I'm not supporting confusion when we're in the intelligence age. We're not even in the information age anymore. Go ask the CIA. We're beyond the information age. We're in the intelligence age now. Information age was old school compared to where we're at now. There's no reason why we should have such disconnects on high level operations. Now, if you want to go back to Fisher Price, then that's cool. Don't waste my time though. Now, what you're talking about in exchange is increased costs. Larger project times, longer project timelines often mean higher cost. So when you're dealing with a project that took you 5 years, that could have been done in 6 to 9 months, you have 5 years additional capital resource investments in there. Now, in case you don't understand what a capital resource is, that's not just monetary. That's time itself. That's money. That's the manpower that's been distracted with it the whole time. And any other resources that go into it. Now I'm built to do process optimization for you. That means shorter timelines, increase efficiency, maximize your profit. But if you balling like that, if you balling out of control like that, and you okay with wasting money, you want to throw it up in the air. I know some people go to the club and they throw $100,000 in the air. I mean, they got it like that. So if you got it like that you just want to throw money away like that, then take 6 years to do a 5-month project. Cool. And keep telling the people it's coming. It's coming. And see how they like it. Right? I'm sure they'll be waiting for you when it gets done. Missed opportunities. The longer a project takes, the more opportunities are missed. You still thinking, you're so channel locked, tunnel vision on, I'm working on this one project. And to you, it might be a huge experience. I mean, this is why people contact Pasha Pablo Critical Solutions Expert. Or this is why when Pasha contacts them, Real recognize Real and they admit the value. Now, that's not to say you don't gotta canoe up the stream a little bit and you're gonna hit some rocks along the way of people that don't get it. The duds. But that's part of what you're doing when you're fighting for your country. You gotta fight through some things. So you fight through it to get to the ones that actually do understand, that do comprehend, and you build with them. And they enjoy the value, the benefit, the luxury of. It's like Jay-Z said. Jay-Z quote, "My presence is charity." My presence is charity. You can't be around me and not receive some sort of high value just from being around me or associated with me. You can't talk to anybody that's ever had a 30-minute get to know you meeting and they didn't walk away with something that potentially changed their life if they implement it properly. Because I invest in each and every one of you, not just because it's you, but because I invest in each and every minute of existence. Don't waste my time. I'm not emotional. You'll get your feelings hurt, and I won't care. Because there's 7 billion people on this planet being controlled by 1,000 who don't care. And I kind of want to represent the 7 billion. And we kind of have a timeline we need to get certain things done in. And if your emotions are slowing down my projects, my agenda, then you're in the way. And that means one of two things. I have to call you back, big guy. So that means one of two things. Either there's going to be a deviation in your perspective, or there's going to be an elimination of your project from my agenda because it's in the way or you in the way. One or the other, but something got to change. So the longer a project takes, the more opportunities is missed. You focus on the one project, you feeling like that's a huge ordeal for you. It might really be a huge undertaking for you. I'm not denying that. What I'm denying is if it is, get with the experts that it's just small potatoes for so it can get done in 5 months, 6 months, 9 months, instead of taking 5 to 6 years. Because what you don't realize is there are other dominoes that are supposed to fall in the perfection of the Most High after this one gets knocked down, after you knock down this project. But if you take 5 years to knock this domino down, then that means the next domino don't even begin to fall for 5 years. So when you look at why the communities haven't progressed in 50 years, it's because you only knocked down 10 dominoes because you want to take 5 years instead of 5 months. Then you wondering why the military say they 300 years ahead of us. Because y'all want to take 5 years to do what takes 6 weeks. We not operating like that on my watch. And if you got a problem with that, then you can go ahead and go somewhere else. Okay? But this is why Pasha the way Pasha is. It's not because Pasha an asshole. It's not because Pasha a jackass. It's not because I got something wrong with me. It's because you got goals, you got challenges. I'm a critical solutions expert. Critical solutions expert. If you got things you want to play around with and tinker with in the garage, then you go play around and tinker with them because that's not critical. That's not necessary for the survival of the community. That's not going to change the mental health factors, the quality of life, if it doesn't succeed in our world or not, apparently. But when you got issues that matter, then you come to me because you can't afford for them to go wrong. And you need for everything to be right. And that's why you might get some things that hurt your feelings, because we're going to tell you what's right. Everybody entitled to their opinion. I just don't operate on opinions. So when you have a decreased momentum and engagement, long projects actually cause more fatigue. So now everybody tired all the time. Why? Because they've been dragging stuff out forever and ever. Why? Because the emotions get in the way and you got to deal with this. Now the project is taking so long that people don't even want to be involved with it anymore. Then you got the negative community perception. What's taking them so long with this or that, the other? Meanwhile, the communities that get the thought process, invested in the people like me, they out there, they getting things done like this. Boom, 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 boom. China like boom, 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 boom. Like, y'all don't get it because y'all too worried about feelings. Some of y'all, some of them. So I get these moments, man, with people, and it makes me realize, wow, there's people in the world that think like this, and this is why shit's the way it is. Let me share a video or let me share a post about my life observation, because it's an amazing experience to be really sitting here looking at how feelings get in the way of shit, or how this happens or how that happens in life. And it's so simple. So I'm trained for efficiency and effectiveness. Problem solving skills is what I've been developing. We're not emotional here. We data driven decision making. And I'll coach you, train you, and give you knowledge transfer. But what the issue is a lot of people have a fear of change. That's really what it is. It's a fear of change. Because they don't understand. It's like you don't understand that you could be greater than what you are. because you were taught to feel so that you're so insignificant. So when you do something so minute, you feel so powerful, so prideful, so proud because of your accomplishment. And I'm not here to take that away from you. I'm here to actually empower you to know that you can do 99% greater. That was just 1%. And if you're wasting energy, time, and resources to do the 1% in 5 years, imagine if you had took the proper channel or route with all of that same energy, you could be 10, 20, 30 times further in those same 5 years. That's what it equates to. It equates to the community is suffering from inefficiency. Nobody's talking to you like this. You either got people that's pacifying you, patting you on the back, putting your head on their breast, telling you to suck on their, patting your back, or you getting mad and you running from them because you ain't like what they said. Where's the in between? Where's the in between at? When you have a team, the team needs to sit down together at the table and have the meeting together. So there's no transparency gaps. When you have meetings in private, it's not a good look for those aren't involved. Hence Jekyll Island. And those that don't know about Jekyll Island, feel free to Google it at your leisure. This is the value of a green belt. This is the value of project management. This is the value of process optimization. And then you got what we call transactional leadership. That's the attachment to the current methods, basically. We've been doing this the same way for 20 years. I heard that so much. And it's like, my response became really simple to that. It became 20 years ago, we couldn't send a picture on our cell phones and a message. That in itself kind of lets you know there's probably a better way to do what you're doing right now that you were doing the same way you did 20 years ago. Again, emotional attachments get in the way. So your fear of change and your attachment to current methods, if the people in the community are emotionally attached to the way things have always been done, you're going to resist me, you're going to resist the change, you're going to resist, it's going to prevent the community from benefiting from new, more efficient ways of doing things. Like, real life examples could be like, basically the impact, the resistance to change creates delays here for my notes. Renewable energy is suffering delays, cancellations of renewable energy projects. That's resulting in potential loss of generating capacity. Right? Why? Because they can't get it right with their permits. It's difficult to secure permits. There's delays in the permitting. So that means your electric company just keeps charging you more. That means you got more green activists for longer because they want green replacements to energy that they're not getting fast enough. What about public housing projects? Resistance to transformation efforts can prolong the existence of concentrated poverty in certain communities. So You got them dragging their feet on public housing issues. Meanwhile, it's creating a bottleneck. Meanwhile, like I said here, there's a concentrated poverty in certain communities, and it's growing because they ain't adjusting the bottleneck. Like you put your finger on the water hose, you know there's more water that want to come out. Oh, but you get pressure. Oh, because you like the pressure. Overall, resistance to change can obstruct the implementation of community projects, increase their costs, and hinder their ability to deliver the intended benefits to the public. Now, what do you want to be a part of? Do you want to be a part of the problem, or do you want to be a part of the solution? I'm looking for the people who want to be a part of the solution. Not sit up here and tell me how they are part of the problem. We got enough of that. They're considered the outsiders, but they're going to make me appear to be the outsiders because I'm the one that can make it go faster, but they want to delay it. But there may be mistrust and resistance. Now, everybody that know me know how I am with trust issues. If I can't trust you, you got to go. Because trust issues can prevent the community from fully embracing me and the benefit of my skills, talents, whatever. But the actual project itself, as we talked about, is being delayed due to trust issues. Because it's the implementation of the project or the benefits of it is being seen as an outsider because they want to talk about the last 20 years and how they've been doing things. So when you hit me up telling me what you don't like about how I communicate, you might want to look at how you wound up being in the position that you're in right now. Maybe it's because you were communicating on the same fashion for the last 20 years, which means for some of us, you still communicating like a child. So delayed progress is frustrating to community members as well. Increased costs, missed opportunities. And I'm here, Pasha Paro, critical solutions expert, efficient project manager, will supply you with significant cost savings and increased profits and quality improvements. And I'm not chasing you. I'm gonna meet you, I'll give you the opportunity, and you either gonna tell me how you feel or you gonna tell me what you want. Because what you want is your entitlements. And then I'm gonna justify the ROI for you, and we can do consideration for performance on terms. Anything outside of that is emotional baggage. Now, it's July 1st, 2024. The 2030 agenda is called 2030 Agenda for a reason. So we have until 2030 to be in a really good position. And if you're not wanting to be in that position, then that's fine. For those who want to be in the proper attitude, the word attitude means position. So to those who prefer the proper attitude at Rendezvous, get with me now. Invest. And that's how we'll proceed. But everybody know I'm not emotional, so don't waste my time on yours. But it's a benefit to why I'm the way I am. And if you can get over your emotional attachments to beliefs, we can actually execute. Because personally, it's sad. I'm really tired and I'm really sad of seeing things take 2 years that should only take 4 months. Because you got the wrong people in position that want to be the face of something just so they can say that they were the face of it. And then in success, you get an inferior product, but you don't know it's inferior because you don't know any better. So you celebrate the outcome that you have, which is really a massive failure for the community because it was a wasted cost, it was a wasted time, a wasted effort, because in the same period of time, with the same cost, with the same effort, you could have achieved 74 times more. If you had just put the right person in a position and got over your emotions and let them lead. But you want me to pacify you for feeling your feelings at that point when I'm watching you have good intentions but destroy the community because of spoiled operations. We talked about it in the video, whatever, earlier yesterday, day before last night, one of them times. All the days just bleed together now. Consumers, by definition, squander and waste. So when we talked about the people buying 100 acres of land and then they take 12 weeks to put together a 4 by 4 foot greenhouse on there, and they don't realize they're going to have to move that to another part of the operation, another part of the land in 6 months, all because they didn't think it through up front. Like, this is so much waste, people. So it's sad. I'm Pasha Paro. I'm here to change the world. I know some of y'all are here just to change cars. I know your goal is just, you got a M3 right now. You're trying to get to an M6. I know that's your, that might be your goal. You know what I mean? You got on the Nike right now. You got on you want to get to the Prada. You want to get to the Louis. I know that might be your goal. You're eating steak, but you want the Wagyu. That might be your goal. You got 2 bedrooms, you want to get 6. That might be your goal. Okay, cool. But for those who want to make an impact, make a difference in the world, then let's get together and let's do that. Because those people distracted with stuff that ain't even gonna matter when the flood come through. All right. So, how to speed up projects? Remove the emotions, because emotional attachments to beliefs and resistance to change can cause the community to resist its opportunities to be great. Pasha Paro, YNet7, thank you for tuning.